Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful parable. It's about a solitary figure who makes you question everything you think you know about strength, purpose, and what it means to live a meaningful life. This is the story of the Forerunner. So right off the bat, you get this incredible contrast. On one side, you've got the city, society, comfort, all the rules we live by. And then there's this man, the Forerunner. He exists completely outside of all that, in a world that's just raw, harsh, and totally silent. And this question? This is the absolute heart of the misunderstanding we're about to explore. See, the people in the city, they can only see his life through their own lens, which is all about comfort and pleasure. So to them, this life he's chosen, it has to be a sign of something broken, right? Some kind of deep sickness of the soul. Okay, so to really get why they're so confused, we've got to take a closer look at this mysterious figure. Who is he really? And why is he such a complete puzzle to the world he turned his back on? I mean, just look at the details of his life. We are talking about extreme austerity. This isn't just living simply. No way. This is a deliberate, systematic choice to strip away everything society tells you is necessary for a good life. He's not just avoiding comfort, he's running straight into its opposite. And this incredibly stark way of life, it leads us right into the central conflict of the story. This huge misunderstanding between how the Forerunner sees himself and how the city sees him. And here is the core mistake they're making. They can see he's strong, but they assume his motive is self-punishment, that he's rejecting life itself. Like the classic ascetic who thinks the body and the physical world are somehow evil. But as we're about to find out, they could not be more wrong. So yeah, the city's verdict is in. To them, he's a nihilist. He's someone who's basically at war with his own body and with existence itself. In their eyes, he's just a figure of denial, someone running away from the world. But now, this is where the parable completely flips the script on us. His actions don't come from denial at all. They come from this powerful, almost radical affirmation of life. And this is where it all clicks into place. Where the city dwellers see denial, what's really there is a fierce, almost terrifying affirmation. Where they see him escaping his own body, he's actually forging it. He isn't shrinking from the world, he's diving in headfirst by stripping away all of its cozy little illusions. This idea is just so powerful. His body, his will, they aren't things to be punished or escaped from. They're raw materials. The hardship of the desert, that's his forge. He is literally hammering himself into a weapon, an instrument with one single sharp purpose. So this brings us to the really deep philosophical reason for his whole project. By rejecting the city's comforts, he was also throwing out its values. That meant he had to create his own from scratch. The story calls his life a brutal act of creation. And that word brutal is so important here. Because, creating something truly new often means you have to destroy what was there before. And this is where we get to this crucial idea, a transvaluation of values. So what on earth does that mean? Well, think of it as the ultimate philosophical power move. He takes the city's morality, where comfort and being agreeable are seen as good, and he flips it completely upside down. In his new system, hardship, discipline, and the strength you build in solitude, those are the highest virtues. He doesn't just break the old rules, he writes a whole new rulebook. So, the big question is, why? Why do all this? What's the end goal of turning yourself into a weapon and inventing a new morality? Well, this final section reveals the Forerunner's truly magnificent ultimate purpose. And here it is, the climax. His entire life of hardship, it wasn't just for him. It was all a preparation. It was an announcement, not made with words, but with his very existence. He was getting the world ready for something, or someone new. And this just shatters the city's whole judgment of him. He wasn't a nihilist who wanted nothing. He was the ultimate creator, driven by a will so powerful that its only goal was to create something that would surpass him completely. His eyes were on the future, on what humanity could become. And when this future finally arrives, his reaction is just profound. There's no jealousy, no asking for credit. His greatest act of will, his final show of strength, is to calmly accept that he's about to be surpassed, to build the foundation for something greater and then step aside. That is his ultimate victory. So, when you boil it all down, the crucial point is this. The Forerunner's entire existence was just the introduction.
A magnificent, powerful opening act. He lived and suffered and became strong, not for his own glory, but to create the conditions for something even greater to emerge. He was the bridge to the future.
And that's what this parable leaves us with. It's a profound question for every single one of us. Are we just living for comfort, for ourselves, or are we building something that's bigger than us? What is worth creating, even if it means we ourselves will be eclipsed by it?